Hello again, everyone. Today I'm gonna show you how I make the Labubu granny square, the eyes, this one, and although you can also sew the eyes like this or sleepy eyes, but I think I showed that in my other video. But for today, this eyes I use for the black part. I use 3 strands. Today I'm going to show you in gray because you can see it more clearly if it's not black. So I used 3 strands, 1, 2, 3, around 20 inches of the black one. Okay, so just do this. Okay. If you have a thinner yarn, please go ahead and use the thinner yarn. Okay. And for the white part, I used 2 strands. So I already did this. Just 2 strands of my normal yarn. That's it. Also around 20 inches. So you will need a 1.5 mm hook, scissors, darning needle, a stitch marker, and that's it. Okay, to begin, let's do a slip knot. A slip knot. I hope you're all doing good. And I hope you have all tried doing the granny square. You know, it's cute. I also tried to sew it on a t-shirt, like a pocket on the left side, and it's kind of cute. You can do that also. And this one I will make into a sling bag. So first, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the second chain from the hook, do a single crochet, and then put your stitch marker on your first single crochet. Okay, so next is another single crochet, and on the first chain do 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And then we crochet around. On the other side, 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochet on the last one. 1, 2. All right, and then you do a slip stitch here. So now actually you have a total of 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the last 2, 7, 8. Okay, so you join that on the first stitch here where you put the stitch marker. So we can remove that. Okay, and do a slip stitch here. Slip stitch, and then just fasten off. Chain 1 and pull tight. Okay, then normally I will tie the knot behind. Okay, This is behind. Okay. You can double knot it because, okay, let's take this out. Double knot, although you don't have to, but I always like double knotting. And then the short beginning yarn, I normally just cut it and later it will be hidden. Okay, this one you can keep it. You can use this to sew the eyes later. Okay, so I decided to do another video for this part using thicker yarns so that it will be easier for you to see how I crochet the white part. So first do a slip knot and then take off your hook, and using the back loops only for the next round. Yeah, that's the back loop. Pull the yarn and then we will just do slip stitches around using the back loops only. So back loop and then slip stitch. Make your slip stitches loose. Okay, so just slip stitch all around in the back loops only. That's it. 3, 4. This is the 4th. You know, if you use the black thin yarn, it might be hard to see the back loops, but it won't be so obvious if you make a mistake, as long as you try to do the outermost part of the black yarn. But for this, it's easy to see because it's thick, and for this video, part of the video, I used a light blue yarn. Okay, so keep slip stitching loosely around. Okay, I think this is the 7th or 8th, and then the last back loop, and then I do a slip stitch inside the first slip stitch. Okay, and then pull the yarn and cut and fasten off, and using your darning needle okay, poke inside that slip stitch and just join and just make it look seamless. That's it. It's like a chain stitch also. And now we do the iris part of the eye. Just poke through a hole in the upper part. A bit sideways would have been nice. And just do sew twice, like one, that's one, and one more, and that's finish. And you can tie a knot behind and then cut the smaller part. Yeah, so see, so that's a bigger one. Now you use this to sew over the granny square. You can also use this to sew the middle part, although you don't have to, but to reinforce, you can just use it to sew. And then after I sew the back part, I just double knot and weave through the ends, and that's it. Oh, isn't that simple? But I talk too much, but never mind. I hope you like the Labubu eyes for this. You can also use it for your Labubu dolls, but for this one, this was one of the first few that I've done. I used a single crochet around, but then actually you can just use slip stitch or a single crochet around, and that's it. Bye. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and next I will show you how I make this into a sling bag and a tote bag. Bye. Goodbye, everybody.